Hello friends, welcome to my channel. If you're new, my name is Sheila, and if you're not new, welcome back to a goal setting video where we are setting our July goals in our power sheets. And I'm very excited because we're also doing our goal refresh pages in this video, so get excited. Like this video now if you're excited. So yes, if you want to tune in for my goal setting, goal refresh, and also a look at my June goals and see how I did with them, just keep watching. But we're gonna do this vlog style and just get started. So right now I need to actually update my June tending list, and then I think once I do that I'll share kind of like how my June goals went. I know I need to do one thing on here, which is pay my like extra loan payment on my car, so I'm probably gonna do that, and then we'll check in on how I did in June. Spoiler alert, I didn't do that great. Overall, and I've talked about this in my June goal progress video, I was not really focused on my goals this month, but I am not upset about that because I've been really focused on socializing, connecting with people, and, you know, doing other things besides working on my goals, which I think is completely amazing. And I had this thought last night where I realized that I've been very present and in the moment this month, and that is amazing, if not even more amazing than working on my goals and achieving my goals, because my worth is not determined upon how well I did on my goals, if I accomplished my goals, if I didn't accomplish my goals. And I didn't have any negative thought this month of feeling bad or like I wasn't good enough or not productive enough, because I was really focused on having fun and connecting with my friends and seeing my family and doing fun activities and kicking off this summer to a good start. So that's really my advice and tip of this video is look back on your month and ask yourself not how well you did on your goals, but how you felt and how you just overall like were this month as a person, and take out all of the goal achievement and productivity out of the equation and ask yourself, was I present? Was I having fun? Was I in flow? And see how your month was based on that, not how well you did on your goals. And I made great progress on my goals and my weekly action items. Obviously I didn't do everything every single day, and that's okay. On those days where I didn't do something, I was having fun, I was enjoying life, I was being very present, which is my overall intention for this year, taking it back to my word, presence. And I would call it an incredibly successful month, if not like the most successful month I've had all year. I think compared to all the other months, I just feel so me and like true to myself and energized and creative and motivated, and has nothing to do with the fact that I published a certain amount of videos, read a certain amount of books, completed my workout challenge. It was just because I was completely content and happy with myself and where I'm at currently in my life. And I'm also working towards my goals, which is just an added bonus. And if I wasn't working towards my goals, I still am valid and good enough and worthy because I am me. So that's my 2 cents on this month. I am gonna now do my review and all of that, and kind of just get a good sense of how this month was, and then we can move on to our goal refresh. I feel like this video is gonna be very long, so buckle up for the ride. I'm here for it. let's review our June review page. And again, a lot of what I said on the attending list page applies here. It's been a really good month of connecting with other human beings, socializing, and not being so productive. A lot of good things this month have included, I got my hair cut, I felt really in flow and creative, and a lot of good memories. And I think this is a point that I want to bring up, that a lot of the memories I put on here are activities of things I went out and did with people. A lot of things that we weren't able to do during the pandemic, and while we were in lockdown, I really had a lot of time to reflect on what makes me happy. And prior to that reflection period, a lot of things that I considered making me happy or fun or memorable are activities, going on trips, doing things different from the daily to-do of life. And while we were in quarantine, I learned to appreciate the day-to-day monotony of life and find the joy in little things. I always kind of felt that prior to the pandemic and being forced to stay inside and having to like accept the situation of not being able to travel and do things and see people. So now as we are opening back up and I am able to go back to doing activities, traveling, seeing people, I come at it with a new lens of appreciation and gratitude while still appreciating the daily part of life. And that if you aren't traveling and doing amazing things and you're just stuck at home anyway, that's still amazing and awesome for you. So yeah, I hope that resonates and is something you can take away from this video as well. But yeah, let's talk about things I'm not guilt tripping myself over, which really pertains to my goals. I did not read 4 books this month. I mentioned this in my goal progress video. I haven't had time to read or really wanted to read, and I did read 2 books this month, so I did complete half of that goal. I read The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett, which I just published a reading vlog on that, so go check that out. And I read The Death of Mrs. Westaway by Ruth Ware. But yeah, I am still reading 2 books at the moment, and I wanted to finish Get a Life, Chloe Brown this month, but I don't know if I'll be able to get that done by the end of June. So as of now, we're just saying I read 2 books. I think with summer, it's a time to reevaluate like what I'm going to be spending my time on, and I think the goal refresh page will be a great opportunity to kind of revisit my goals and compare that with the time I have in the summer and what I want to do in the summer, and if those goals still apply and are something that I want to dedicate my time to. But yes, overall June was a great month, and I'm really excited to move into our goal refresh, so let's do that. All right, friends, I'm gonna take a break from goal setting because it is like lunchtime, and George and I are gonna pop over to the grocery store to grab some groceries and lunch, and then I'm gonna just focus the rest of my afternoon on goal setting and the refresh pages and filming. So I will check in later this afternoon when I'm feeling refreshed for our goal refresh and July goals. So see you in a bit. Hello friends, I am back from the grocery store and lunch. I'm refueled and ready for the afternoon and to finish our goal setting and the refresh work, because I just started it, as you can see. Still on the first part of it, but I logged into Goal School, which I haven't been in there for a while because I guess I didn't realize they had like monthly follow along videos for goal setting. I don't know, but I just like decided to pop in and see if they had anything, and they do. So I'm gonna just play this, I think, in the background while I do this and go from there. But yeah, I'm currently on the I don't know, page 103, where I just evaluated and checked in with like the life evaluation part, and I'm actually pretty happy with all the ratings I gave myself for each of the categories. That means things are going well this year. And then I just kind of put on the what's firing me up right now page, put some things on there that I'm really excited about, including just creating videos and learning Procreate, which I finally started to learn, started teaching myself that a few days ago, which I'm excited to incorporate into my thumbnail design. One thing I do want to explore as we move into the next 3 months and the rest of the year in July is productive rest. I'll talk more about what that is and what I want it to look like for me, and really just honoring my energy and choosing rest over achievement. That is such a good affirmation for me. I choose rest over achievement, especially as a overachiever, historic overachiever. But let me know down below if you can relate. But I'm gonna turn the page and go on to the next pages and then rewrite my goals, which I honestly think are gonna be the same. But we'll see. Maybe they'll change them after doing this work. So let's do that, and then I will check in after that's all done. All right, I just finished the Keep Moving Forward page on page 104, and the first thing I wrote for what goal do you feel stuck on is none, actually, because I feel like I'm going at a slow and intentional pace this year with my goals, which is like an amazing thing to say. I'm super excited and grateful for that. And then after writing a few things in retrospect and looking, I pulled out my goals at a glance, which is very important. If you don't already have yours out and you're doing the goal refresh, bring them out so you can see them, and then it can really help you, you know, really check in intentionally. But I realized I'm most behind on my book goal, I would say, which is to read 40 books this year, and I've read 15 out of 40 so far, which leaves me with 25 more books to go for the rest of the year. And that means if I divide 25, 6 months, I need to read, stay on track with my 4 books a month goal. And then I think with that, like, this is a good conversation around, there are seasons where you're going to do more and create more and produce more, and then there are going to be slower seasons. So dividing up whatever your count is, if, say for instance you want to read 40 books, and dividing it by 12 might not work for you if you know, like, the middle of the year, like the summer, you're going to be busier doing something, or reverse, if you know you're going to have more time in the summer to read, maybe you'll read more books in July or August than you would in, you know, May or April. And I kind of see that for me, which is why I'm like content with where I'm at. I'm going at a steady pace with the reading goal, and I feel like I'll also not be able to read as much this summer just because I am going to be devoting time to these things on this column. I made a little like list of things I just want to do or focus my time on for the next 3 months, and I might not have enough time to read if I'm going to be devoting my time and energy to doing that. So that's something to think about when we're moving into the next 3 months. And then I did put, how will I make time to read? That's a good thing. If there's a goal you're stuck on and you're checking in with it, ask yourself, how are you going to make time to work on that and have energy for that? And if you aren't able to answer that, or it just doesn't seem possible, maybe it's time to refresh and just take it off and do something different or eliminate it. So for me, again, how I'm gonna make time to read is focusing on reading in chunks on the weekends and before bed. And one thing I've been doing where I put what's holding me back is that I've been spending too much time watching TV instead of reading, and I see that. I think this is a good check-in for me to be like, all right, like, is reading and reaching my reading goal important for me? Yes. What do I need to sacrifice or cut back on to make more time to read? Watching true crime documentaries. So that's a good check-in for me. With that said, I do feel really content with all of my other goals. I do think I need to readjust my YouTube channel subscriber goal. At this point, I don't think I'm going to reach 2,000 subscribers, which was a really fun, ambitious goal when I started my channel and created my 2021 goals. But right now I'm almost to 500 subscribers, and that's taken me about 6 months. So I'm going to just lower this to 1,000 subscribers. That's just still awesome. If I could reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year, that would be super amazing. So I'm definitely going to adjust this moving into the latter half of this year. And then I think I'm going to keep everything the same. Everything else, I'm going at a good pace. I'm going to transfer this onto the new refresh goal page, do my adjustments, and then go through all the mini steps, and then that'll be our refresh, and then we can move into July goals, because let's do this. So I have completed my tending list, and I did mention before that I was really just transferring the same goals. Nothing much has really changed except that I've lowered my YouTube channel goal from 2,000 subscribers to 1,000 subscribers. That's definitely doable for me for the next 6 months to end this year. And that's really the only thing that I actually changed. So going through the mini goal pages, it was really just kind of rewriting everything, which is still a good practice for me. I really like writing things down because I'm able to kind of internalize it and commit it to memory, even if I'm doing even though I know the goals aren't changing, it's still a good refresh and reminder for me. And then I was able to kind of map out mini goals and kind of zoom out and see the bigger picture of long-term, like how I'm actually gonna reach these goals. I transferred my like book list from the last refresh. If you saw that video, I was able to check off some 4 books that I wanted to read in the past 3 months. So that's really cool. Yeah, overall strategy hasn't really changed with the action steps, and that's good. I like just kind of knowing what works for me and continuing with what works for me. Moving into our July prep work, prepare well page, I was able to kind of put down that I have a lot of like things and trips going on in July with work, and I have a photo shoot for a client and like a retirement dinner that I need to go to for work. So I have a lot of like work things going on that's kind of different than the past other months. So that's gonna allow me to have more structure to figure out when I do have free time to do things and kind of map out like my energy and exertion levels with working on my goals. And I'm just really excited for summer activities, maybe planning a trip to the beach and maybe an amusement park. Those are things that I put on my calendar page. So I like to use the section over here to usually put my intentions, but I've been putting kind of like activities, just a brain dump of things I could do during this month that could be fun. And I put amusement park, beach trip, maybe a weekend readathon. I don't know if I'm actually gonna be able to do that because now I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be, you know, my weekends might be filling up more as I prioritize socializing and relationship building and connection. So again, going at this at my own pace, giving myself grace and just leaning into what feels good and not forcing myself to do things, and choosing rest over achievement. One thing I did I'm gonna try focusing on again this month is like mapping out my like menstrual cycle and the different phases of my cycle. So I put when I'm expected to get my period and when my PMS would probably start, and my other phases where I have more energy. This is something that I am going to be exploring more in July, is just honoring my energy and again bringing up productive rest. It feels good to kind of have a little bit of an idea of what's going on this month, and it's kind of strange that I actually have things going on this month. Okay, moving into our actual goal mapping out pages. I feel like it was very repetitive this month because it's repetitive every month because I pretty much keep the same goals. My encouraging words for this month is I choose rest over achievement. This is an affirmation that came to me when I was doing my June goal progress check-in video, and I realized that I want to choose rest over achieving and achieving my goals. So I really want to like embody that this month and focus on honoring my energy, being present, having fun, and not just go, 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 we need to get stuff done. And I think that's like a mood for summer. It's kind of like a restful period. We want to have fun, we want to play, and like, you know, not focus so much on getting stuff done. So that's going to be super exciting for me to kind of like lean into for July. And for my goals, again, everything's pretty much the same. I am going to be continuing with Chloe Ting's workouts. I really loved the first one that I did. I'm technically still doing it because I'm really kind of honoring my energy again, and I'm not forcing myself to work out, and I'm just picking up where I left off. If I need a rest day, I have a rest day. If I need 2 rest days in a row, I'm doing that, and that's just kind of working for me. I'm not beating myself up about that at all. But 2 things that I added on here is that I want to create a productive rest menu. So this is a menu. Productive rest are all things I've learned from Allie and her community and during my call with her. And really, it's during my menstrual cycle when I get my period is when I have really bad energy, fatigue, and just physically cannot like do things. And I really want to just rest during those days, but my mind is like constantly going, thinking I should be doing. And that's why the concept of productive rest comes into play, which really are activities that I can do when I'm trying to rest and recharge and honor my energy. that still my brain thinks is productive. So really it's like tricking my brain into thinking I'm being productive when I really am resting more than doing. So I want to create a menu, like a fun creative thing in Canva or in Procreate, where I can just kind of list out my different activities, maybe print it out, and when I'm having my period and I know it's coming up, I'm having those like racing thoughts, I can pull out my menu, figure out what looks good, and pick one and do that activity. So that's gonna be something I will share more on here when I create that, and I think it'll be fun. My battery's dying, let's change that. All right, we're back in business, fresh new battery, and I think at this point I'm gonna try and wrap this video up. But yeah, the other goal that I really want to do this month that's kind of new is to go on like a fun date or trip with my partner, George. This could be anything from just doing a day trip to going somewhere new, trying something fun, or going on a beach trip, which is something we would like to do if we, you know, can budget for it and everything kind of falls in place. Again, not forcing myself to do every single one of these goals. As you can tell from my June goals, I'm really just leaning into play, rest, and what feels good and not achievement. And really for the rest of my weekly and daily action daily action items and habits, everything's pretty much the same. I want to keep up with the same habits of practicing drawing, posting to Instagram once a week, and just kind of being consistent on there, as well as being consistent with my YouTube videos. Maybe hopefully getting like an upload day like figured out. I'm leaning towards Friday, so we'll go with that. I'm gonna hold myself accountable. I'm gonna try and post every Friday for the month of July. And habits, I'm going to continue updating my food tracker. I know some of you want to learn more about that with like the energy conversation as well, and like my menstrual cycle. So I'm gonna continue on my food tracker because that's just something that I wanna continue and kind of track. Maybe like do 90 days of tracking what I'm eating and then kind of compare that with, you know, my energy, my bloating, and my menstrual cycle and all of that. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, everything's pretty much the same besides a few things, and I think that's awesome. So if you are carrying over your goals from June into July, that's awesome. If you're starting from scratch, you did the refresh and was like, holy moly, I need to just like come at this with a new angle, that's awesome. Whatever works for you. Honestly, that's just like my philosophy with goal setting and planning and really anything in life. You are exactly where you need to be. Don't compare yourself to the next person or the person over there or even me, because we are all in different stages of our lives, and you are meant to be where you currently are, because where else would you be? All right, friends, I really hope you enjoyed coming along with me for this pretty much like half-day goal setting intensive, and let me know down below what your goals and intentions are for the month of July. Make sure to go over to my blog. I haven't officially announced this in a video because I keep forgetting, but I have updated my website, and now I've relaunched my blog. I haven't had a blog in like 3 years, and I'm gonna be posting my putting up blog posts with my monthly goals kind of written out, and pictures of my pages if you would like to go see them to accompany my videos. I think it'll be a good resource that you can always kind of revisit when you need some accountability or inspiration, and you can kind of see my goals, how they're listed out, and there'll be a few other, you know, tidbits and commentary on there that I might not include on the video. So go check out my blog, sheilajoy.co/blog. Go check out the website. It's really simple, it's fun, I'm excited, and that was kind of like one of my like 2021 business creative things to do. So I was excited to kind of get that done and out of the way. And yeah, make sure to give this video a big like, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, join our community here, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!